This Thunder team is finally fully unlocked, and it is thanks to the play of one specific man. It is a small sample size, but the impact is absolutely off the charts for one specific player helping to unleash this Thunder team, both offensively and surprisingly defensively. Welcome into Thunder Digest. I'm Ryan Breeden, and today we're going to talk about Isaiah Joe. He has been a game changer for the Thunder since coming back here over these last 3 games. But before we get into him and what he has done for this Thunder offense, make sure that you go ahead and leave a like on the video. And hey, the Thunder are off to an 8-0 start for the first time in franchise history. All that even without All-NBA superstar jdub. So if you're excited about that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is completely free. But, oh my goodness, we have to talk about what is being done by Isaiah Joe. So far in year 4 with Oklahoma City, and he is doing numbers, crazy numbers, off the bench for this team that already is so loaded, but clearly was in need of a 3-point sharpshooter. Well, it looks like this team has finally got that. We all knew what Isaiah Joe could do, right? We knew what his numbers looked like last year. He was a solid 9-10 points per game type of guy. He would get you some corner threes every game. Not really much of a ball handler, kind of a defensive liability. Well, Isaiah has upgraded massively here this season so far. He put up 22 last night in the win against the Los Angeles Clippers, and that was not a pretty game. For those of you that watched, you would agree that that game was incredibly terrifying for the first half. James Harden decided to just step in a time machine and go back to 2018. It was horrifying stuff. But once Isaiah Joe came in, started knocking down threes, the Thunder got into that groove. You look at the box score, if you didn't watch the game, you think, oh, easy win for the Thunder. No, not at all. That team did not figure it out until the third quarter. Isaiah Joe, though, you look at the stats he's had in his last 3 games. I'll give you a second to look over these. 20 points in game 1 against the Wizards when he came back. 13 points in very limited minutes against the Pelicans, and 22 points against the Clippers. But it goes further than just the points output, right? Obviously, he's been getting rebounds, 6 rebounds, 5 and 3, but he is knocking down the three-pointer at an even more insane clip than what he had ever done before. 14 of 29 from 3, almost 19 points per game, shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc. And that has done absolutely outrageous things for this Thunder team. We know that the Thunder like to move in transition. We know how lethal this team can be on the run. When Isaiah Joe can do this to help give you a more extended lead in the third quarter, he can even hit a step back now. That was huge for the Thunder run to go on another absolute lightning strike run, outscore the Clippers like 25-3 between the end of the third quarter through the midway point of the fourth. And at that point, it was over. It was lights out. But if Isaiah Joe keeps doing this, it will be lights out for the NBA. This man is the key that unlocks the Thunder on that journey to a potential second straight NBA championship. And it's not just his three-point shooting, which is fantastic. It's what he does for the offense overall. If we look at what he's done in 3 games, right, he's increased his shooting percentage. It's a small sample size, so it'll probably come back down. But he's not turning the ball over. He is efficient, even from mid-range, which he never really did. He is giving you more minutes than he could before because he's a more competent defender now than he has ever been as well. And that's been noticed by guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? He was asked about it last night. You read the quote up there. One of the best shooters in the NBA, obviously. He's pivotal to my success as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but he also makes everybody better. Well, how exactly does Isaiah Joe do that? Let me show you. There's going to be a lot of numbers that I throw at you, but I'm going to try to simplify this and make as much sense as it possibly can. Basically comparing the impact that Isaiah Joe has when he is on the court versus how the Thunder operate overall as a unit when he is off the court. I'm going to get into this chart, but I think that the better one for me to show you right away will be this one right here. I have this filtered out to sort by offensive rating over the first 6 games, actually I guess the first 5 games of the regular season in the month of October. This is sorted by offensive rating, which just basically embodies your overall effectiveness as an offense. And you'll notice that the Thunder are not even on this list, not even in the top 17 in the NBA in terms of offensive rating. The Thunder were off the charts in the offensive rating last year. One of the highest rated offensive teams we've seen ever, one of the highest defensive rated teams we've seen ever. but the offense really, really struggled. A lot of it was from efficiency, just could not knock down open threes, didn't have that three-point shooter that would really force a defense to respect your perimeter shooting. Well, let me show you this chart that I have now to contrast that. You notice where the Thunder are at here on this one, offensive rating? First in the NBA, 130. The difference, not even on the list, to jumping up to the 130s. Do you know what I have this sorted by for these 3 games? This is the 3 games since Isaiah Joe has returned from his injury. Look at what it has done for this Thunder team. A net rating that has jumped by more than 15 offensive points. It is absurd. So now we'll take that. We'll bring this back over to his on-court versus off-court success. His differential in terms of team success rate and efficiency rating as an overall unit, both offense and defense combined together, as a unit, the Thunder are plus 14 in efficiency when Isaiah Joe is on the court for now nearly an hour of time. 59 minutes Isaiah Joe has played in 3 games. You see points per possession on offense has jumped by 20.4. So this number, it's not points per possession, because if you can score 20 points a possession, let me know what type of voodoo magic it is that you're doing. This is points per 100 possessions, essentially. And the Thunder with Isaiah Joe on the court are scoring 20.4 points per 100 possession more than when he is off the court. They're shooting 6.3% better. They're turning the ball over 6.5% less. And overall, the defense has actually been better, which I don't know if it makes much sense. I mean, I've seen some of your theories out there. I've read comments basically thinking, oh, well, when SGA is not on the court, the team actually plays harder defensively because you know that your identity has to change because you don't have your number one guy out there, so you rely more on the hustle plays, more on the effort, more on the transition. There might be some validity to that, but Isaiah Joe had always been considered as really a hindrance to what you could do defensively. Well, from a defensive efficiency rating, you're giving up 6 points less per 100 possessions when Isaiah Joe is out there. So he's really not been that much of a liability actually defensively. And when we look at what he has been in his entire career, he's found some things here so far this season. The Thunder are 75 points better when he is on the floor than when he is off in the time that he has played in 3 games. The Thunder have a plus 72 point differential in the 59 minutes that he has played so far this season. The pace has gone down slightly, which is kind of surprising. You're not really out running quite as much, but he's been absolutely critical to what this offense has been. And we look at this shot right here, just got to admire this work of art. I mean, come on now. That was huge just from an optics standpoint, getting it back down to a 10-point game last year. But really quick, I want to play this for you, and I want to play a 3-point shot that he made last year for you and see if you notice anything different. So here is the one from last night. And then here we have one from last season. I might be crazy. You can call me delusional if you want. Comment delusional if you think that I am. I feel like Isaiah Joe's release time has increased from even a few months ago until now. I feel like he's getting the ball off faster, and I feel like that is absolutely helping him to find more separation on his shooting. He doesn't have to shoot the uncontested threes anymore. He can create separation himself. I want to play this clip for you again from last night during that Thunder run. The step back 3, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was not in Isaiah Joe's bag 4 months ago. Absolutely not. And he's got that now. His true shooting percentage is off the charts when you compare it to the rest of the NBA, 65%. His success rate is off the charts as well. He has been absolutely absurd for this Thunder team. 20 points in the first game he played, 13 in the second game against New Orleans. You could have really thrown me and 4 of you in the comments down below in that starting lineup against the Pelicans, and you probably would have found a way to win that game. The Pelicans are just awful. But either way, I didn't mean for this to turn into a Pelicans hate fest, but it kind of is one. So the Clippers, I mean, he had 22 points in that one as well last night. This is huge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Isaiah Joe is potentially going to go from somebody that has been talked about as a trade piece for this Thunder team this year to being an absolutely untouchable guy off the bench because of his impact, because of what he brings to the offense. Again, one more time, I'll show it to you right here. If you want to leave here with anything at all, the games without Isaiah Joe, the Thunder were not even a top 18 offensive efficiency team in the NBA, and then since he has come back, the Thunder are number 1 by a very considerable margin. So I'll leave you with that. Isaiah Joe, he may be the key that will unlock this Thunder team, potentially going on a run to maybe win another NBA Finals. He has really raised the bar for this offense, and he has not been a liability on defense like he has been in the past. So let me know down in the comments what you think of Isaiah Joe so far this year. Would you still want him to be traded? I would bet that most of you probably don't after what he's done these 3 games. Do you think he can keep it up in a somewhat consistent manner throughout this season? How important do you think Isaiah Joe is to this team to go along with all the other really good role players the Thunder have stacked up and down that bench? Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We're going to be cranking them out again, so if you have not subscribed, now's your chance to get on board. Thunder up, baby! The train is moving, trying to go back to back, and we are excited to be bringing you videos here every single day on Thunder Digest. We'll talk to you guys next time here on the channel.